Hi, Steve Hughes here from Hands-On Physics Education, and tonight I want to talk about the dark side of the moon. So that is the new moon. Now, often we talk about the dark side of the moon being the side of the moon that cannot be seen. Now, that's a bit of a misnomer, because at the moment, it's the side of the moon that we always see, which is in darkness. It's nearly all in darkness, except just for the narrow crescent that we can see around it. And the opposite side of the moon, the side we normally call the dark side of the moon, that's actually in full sunlight at the moment. And in 14 days' time, at full moon, the side of the moon we can see now, which is actually dark, that will be in full moonlight. And the other side of the moon, the opposite side of the moon, that will actually be in darkness. And so at full moon, it is true that the side of the moon that we can't see, the far side, that is in darkness. So maybe that's where this term dark side of the moon comes from. But it's not accurate, because pretty much the entire surface of the moon is lit by the sun at some point during the lunar month, which is about 29 days, 29.5 days. And so for any given point on the surface of the moon, it's dark for 14 days and 18 hours. That's 14 days and 18 Earth hours. And it's dark for the rest of that time. So half dark, half light. There's just a few craters at the poles which actually never see sunlight. They're in continuous shadow, and that's where there may be ice on the moon. So that's what we can see here. Now, there are actually two different types of months. The one that we're most familiar with is the synodic month, which is the length of time between successive new moons or successive full moons. So about 29.5 days. So the word synodic comes from the Latin word synod, which means a meeting. And so at new moon or full moon, the sun, the earth and the moon meet in a straight line. In fact, there's a wonderful word, syzygy. That's a real word, syzygy, and that's when the sun, the moon and the earth are in a line. If you think of 3 pegs on your washing line, those pegs on your washing line are in syzygy, in the same way that the sun, moon and the earth are in syzygy once every month. So that's that month that we're most familiar with, the time between full moons, 29.5 days. Now, the other type of month that people are not so familiar with is the sidereal month, from the word sider, meaning star. And the sidereal month, that's 27.3 days, shorter than the full kind of synodic month. And that is the length of time for the moon to get back to the same position relative to the fixed stars as seen from a given point on the Earth.